Iran's brutal law. Use SpaceX Starlink, face execution. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. No tea today, but as always, we talk about space, SpaceX, Starlink, Linux, all kinds of good stuff on this channel. Today we're going to be talking about SpaceX and Iran. What's going on with these people? They're damn losing it. They are losing it. If you use SpaceX Starlink, you can possibly face death. What is going on? Dystopian, people. It is dystopian. As you can see, I am burned up. I am just... Currently, we're in Sicily, all right? We're on this European trip. It's kind of like a workcation, let's call it. So we just hit Sicily today. It was absolutely gorgeous. It is the land where my father came from, so that was always nice. I've never been there before, and I'm not young, so it's good that I was able to travel there and see where he was born, or at least close to it. We were in Messina today, which was kind of nice. It was definitely different than when we were visiting the Greek islands and Rome. Everything different, even though everyone speaks like a similar language, right? Besides Greek. Greek is a little bit different, but Italian here, Italian there. But if you tell someone in Italy, hey, I'm from Sicily, they look at you different. If you're in Sicily and you say, oh, you're Italian? They're like, no, I'm not Italian. I'm Sicilian. That's just the way it is, you know. Island people, they have things a little bit different than mainland people, right? Matter of fact, the video that you see at the beginning and at the end of this video will be most likely from Sicily. So once again, we had a good time, and we are going to be here for another, say about 3-4 days or something. So we're moving around throughout Europe. We're going to finalize the trip back in Rome, where we're going to be heading back. So anyways, not to go on too long about what we're doing here, but I hope you're enjoying the coverage as it is. We're still being able to put out videos for you guys. We're just having to do it in sometimes a harder circumstance. Now today I am burnt up. I'm like, I have aloe on. I don't even want to wear a shirt, but I'm like trying to cover up a little bit. It's horrible. We've been going so many days in the sun, and here it's like, what was it, like 38 degrees Celsius? What was it, like 100, like just over 100 degrees Fahrenheit over here. It's just hot, very, very hot. Anyways, before we get into this story, I want to say that if you enjoy the content, even in the least, please consider throwing it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. If you are, thank you. I appreciate that. Click this notification button over here so when I go live, when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And if you want to give back to the channel, there's a little thanks button right down here. Click on that, give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, it's perfectly fine. The video is still free. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Also, if you want more SpaceX Starlink goodness, I've put together over 510 videos just for you. I'll put a link here. Don't click on it yet. This link will be here, so go back to it when you're done watching this video. Click on that. You'll see a whole bunch of helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, and of course the why behind all of it, because this channel is always about the what, the why. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into this story. I'll give you my commentary, and then at the end, I want to know your thoughts about all of this. What do you think? All right, this is a very, let's say, polarizing topic, and I know I'm going to get a lot of people going one way with it, and then some people going with the other way, and there'll be no fighting. Let's not fight. Let's just talk about it, right? That's the whole beauty about what we have currently in the U.S., whereas the Iranian people do not have that. They do not have access to free information, whereas we currently do as of now in the U.S., but it could be fleeting. And I'll get into that before the end of this video. Starts out by saying, Iranians' dystopian crackdown on SpaceX Starlink. Reports from Iran have unveiled a law that sounds like a dystopian fiction. The regime has outlawed SpaceX's Starlink and similar communication tools, making it a crime to use or import them. Smuggle in more than 10 SpaceX Starlink terminals with what authorities deem, quote, intent to oppose the government. That's 5 to 10 years in prison. Death penalty for a signal. But the stakes climb higher. If someone is accused of collaborating with countries like Israel or the United States by using SpaceX Starlink to access restricted websites or share unfiltered information, they could face execution. The charge? Straight from Iranians' legal code. Quote, corruption on Earth. The hell is that? Corruption on Earth. In 2025, plugging into SpaceX Starlink's satellite internet network could be twisted into a death sentence, marking someone as a traitor in the regime's eyes. Why Starlink scares Iran. Sources say SpaceX Starlink is a nightmare for Iran's rulers because it shatters their grip on information. During protests and government-enforced internet blackouts, SpaceX Starlink satellites deliver uncensored access to global news, open communication, and unfiltered truth. It bypasses the regime's digital stranglehold, letting people see and share what the government buries. For a regime built on censorship, that's an existential threat. A war to silence truth. The law's details are grim. 5 to 10 years in prison for importing SpaceX Starlink or similar devices. Execution for using them to access or share hostile, in big air quote, information. What exactly is that? Enforcers of this law, they get full legal immunity, meaning if you end up executing someone, you are immune because you are enforcing this new law. Unbelievable. This isn't just about blocking SpaceX's tech. It's about choking off any voice that challenges the regime's narrative, ensuring only their version of reality survives. That sounds very similar to what we saw in the United States not too long ago, right? You guys remember? Anyways, it goes on. A global red flag. Iran's move is a test case, and the world is watching. Reports suggest authoritarian regimes like China and Russia are taking note, while North Korea likely approves. Even in democracies, there are signs of trouble. Misinformation laws, content moderation, and shadow bans are already creeping in. Sources warn that a single crisis could push any government to tightening the screws on free information. When a government fears a SpaceX Starlink dish more than an enemy, it's not foreign threats they're scared of, it's their own people. This law, as reported, isn't just about satellites. It's about silencing the truth. Control the signal, and you control the story. Control the story, and you control the people. Isn't that the case, right? Wow, this is a very, very powerful piece. And I know there's going to be a lot of people talking about this back and forth with what is going on with Israel and Iran. Of course, Iran is against the U.S. too, and anyone that approves of the U.S., they are enemies, of course, of Iran also. Israel being one of them. So this has been, of course, in the news for a while because of the warring between Israel and Iran. And of course, Iran absolutely hates the U.S. It's always been death to the U.S., death to Israel. And that's just the way it's been, right? It's always been like that. So, when we see a regime do this and literally escalate the stakes of using SpaceX Starlink to possibly even death, I mean, that just shows where they are coming from. They are coming from a place of fear. And just like what they say here, and I believe this wholeheartedly, control the signal and you control the story. Control the story and you control the people. That is absolutely 100% the case. That is something that is true as of today. Whereas back in the medieval times, they used to say, and I've said it in this channel many times in the past, keep your people religious and keep them dumb, and you will always keep them under your thumb. It's something very similar. What that means is you're controlling the people, you're controlling the information, you're controlling the story, you're controlling the way they think. All right. And that is so, so powerful. That's more powerful than any weapon that you can even imagine, any weapon that has ever been developed. To control the people, that's all you have to do is control the narrative. To control the narrative, you have to control the information going in and going out. And that's what a lot of these regimes do. So obviously you can't see it right now, but over my right shoulder in 1,000+ videos that I've made on this channel, you'll see a book. And that book is entitled 1984. Now, 1984 was not written in 1984, it was written in 1949 by George Orwell. And it depicts this totalitarian or this dystopian type of party. And this party is led by Big Brother. Let's call it a computer. It was called Big Brother. And it controls every single aspect, every single thought, behavior, truth itself. It controls through surveillance, through propaganda. And that is very similar to what is going on now. If you think about it, 70 years later, 75+ years later, you can take that book. If you've never read 1984 by George Orwell, read it. Read it. And don't read the book with the understanding that it was written in 1949, literally just after World War II and Hitler and the Nazis and everything. Don't read it with that thought. Read it as the book just came out yesterday. And when you read it, it literally depicts what is going on now. It's kind of scary, guys. It is kind of scary. No, it is absolutely scary. And like we said at the very beginning of this video, I said that I was going to give you my thoughts on this. And what we saw just about 3 or 4 years ago was very close to this type of totalitarian, or let's call it dystopian type of world, where we couldn't say certain words. We couldn't say certain things. There was a truth police out there that if we said something that they didn't like, we would be shadow banned. We would be just turned off. And if we weren't completely shunned, blacked out, or our pages taken down, or our channels taken down, they would shadow ban us where no one would be able to see the content anymore. Right? That was not that long ago. And just like they said in this piece, that's all it takes is just a small single crisis to push a government into tightening the screws. And we've already seen that happen. And now we see it just escalated way off the cliff here in Iran. Once again, you could literally be killed for using SpaceX Starlink. If you just bring in like, what was it, 10 units or something, you're going to get like 5-10 years in prison, period. And if any information, misinformation in big, massive air quotes, gets out using a SpaceX Starlink, you can be killed, executed. That's it. And the people that do it have complete immunity. Absolutely dystopian. So if this type of craziness happens in Iran, like they said, China's watching, Russia's watching, North Korea is watching. We know Cuba, just south of me, is watching. They're all watching because they are this close to doing the exact same thing. Once again, no SpaceX Starlink, no way to get truth, no way to get free information, no way to get information at all unless it goes through the filter of the government. Once again, they control the narrative. They control the narrative, they control the story, they control the people, they control everything. So guys, I want to know what you think about it. What do you think about what Iran is doing? What do you think is going to happen when these other countries see what is going on with Iran? China, Russia, North Korea, so on and so forth. What do you think? Also, what do you think about the possibility of that one small single crisis pushing a government like ours in the United States, or maybe a European government, over the edge, tightening the screws on free information, and now all of a sudden, there isn't any. And now SpaceX Starlink is banned in many countries. Once again, why? They don't want free speech. They don't want truth to come out. So what do you think about that possibility? And what is it that we can do to prevent it? That is a really, really good question. Down below, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Anyways, I hope you found this interesting. I know I did. When I put this all together, I was just blown away by what is going on, and it's kind of scary. It is kind of scary. I want to know what you think down below. Like I said at the beginning, if you enjoyed the content, even in the least, throw it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends, family, colleagues on Reddit, Facebook, wherever. Let's grow this channel. And if you haven't visited my website over at jcristina.com/shop, check out my merch that I have over there. If there's something you like, please pick it up. Help support me and my family. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.